What people know us for is small groups of volunteers getting together, gathering under a tree that is offering us food that would otherwise go to waste. We pick that food and we share it amongst the community. Myself and my business partner Jason Garlow got the ball or the apple rolling actually when we were pressing apples into cider one fall, and remembering that there was so much more out there around the city than we could possibly have collected and pressed together with our friends.
There's so many apples.
So that's when we finally named it, and it was Hidden Harvest Ottawa, finding the food that's hiding in plain sight all around our city. We follow a 1/4 model, which means 1/4 of the food we pick gets shared with everyone involved. The volunteers that come out, if you work your muscles, you take home some fruit as well. The homeowner can take a portion if they'd like 1/4 of what we pick. The nearest food agency, which is often the food bank, but sometimes a different group, will bring 1/4 of what we pick to them.
Stopping? 28 pounds.
And up to 1/4 will come back to Hidden Harvest Ottawa, and we work with local food producers to use that food creatively and get that food eaten by even more people. We want to see local food stay local and watch it invigorate the community that it lives in. Get people excited about the apples and the chokecherries and the elderberries that are growing all around us, so that we can enhance our culture with an appreciation for the things that are growing near us. It disappoints me that right now often we walk down the street and we see that same food and we think, oh, what a mess. Look at all the hornets and some going moldy, and this is gross. And I think it's really disappointing that we don't recognize our own food as such. 100, 200, 300 pounds of apples can fall from an apple tree, and that overwhelms a family. And it's instinctive, I think, for an individual to know that their apples are falling to ground and that they can't eat them all. It's our instinct to want to share that with other people. So as soon as folks hear about Hidden Harvest Ottawa and that there's volunteers willing to pick and share that food going to waste, they sign up. They go onto our website and they register their tree. So right now, if you have a tree that with food going to waste, you register through our website. If you'd like to come out and pick and share the food with us, then you can register as a volunteer. Last year, we started the year with 20 trees registered on our website, and we finished the year with 150, I believe. We have at least 200 trees, at least 200 fruit and nut trees registered right now. Will we be able to harvest all those trees? Unfortunately not. I think people often are interested, or they show up because of the food. They're maybe curious about what grows nearby, maybe interested in giving back to the food bank. There's a few reasons, but they're also interested in taking home some food. I think what they don't expect when they show up is to learn as much as they do about that tree and the way that they connect with the other people who are picking that food. The fact that you're going to bump into that neighbor who owned that tree 2 weeks from now at the supermarket, and you're going to have a conversation about this again, and you're going to see the volunteer who was at the food bank, and they're going to say, oh yeah, those apples were awesome. Picking an apple, that's a simple thing, and you can do it for half an hour, but the impact of that can last all year round, and that's what people don't expect. So what we're known for is picking and sharing fruit and nuts, but what we've also done right from the get-go is planting more trees, because every time we pick from a tree, we are benefiting from the wisdom that that individual had to put the tree in the ground, and we need to keep that cycle going. So far we've planted about 80 food-bearing trees, and we have more scheduled to go for this fall and next spring. So we're going to keep putting trees in the ground and encouraging people to do the same. Folks who have come out to events of ours earlier in the season have come back mid-summer and said, that was so inspiring that I went home, looked at my grass and said, I could fit at least 20 trees here. And they planted an orchard. I sort of thought that there'd be maybe a year or two and then everyone in Ottawa who was interested in trees would know about us and we'd plateau. I thought there was going to be a plateau in 2 or 3 years. And what I'm finding, what we're learning now in our 3rd year is it's still growing. I'm not really sure right now how big this could be and where this could go, but it's exciting to know that it's continuing to grow and grow exponentially. The potential is huge.